Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Analyst Desk. Welcome back to the pre-show here for day 2 of Regionals after we've crowned our 3rd seed at Worlds. My name's Hysterix. I'm joined by Raz and Dom again. First question from you two, starting at the end of the desk. Dom, how did you sleep out of 10?
Oh man, I slept so well. Like RNG, they even tweeted at me. They said, you know, Operation hashtag get Dom some sleep was in effect. And they were able to do it. So, you know, now I've got a new favorite. No other team has showed me love like that. I mean, if you get me extra hours of sleep, you're automatically my favorite. So who cares about FPX, IG? I've been loyal to them for years. Nope. Changing it up right now. I'm an RNG fan.
Now, baby.
I think LNG is looking like their best selves, and a lot of that came through with their win over RNG in that round 3 of the bracket. So I'm really hyped on this team right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think Tarzan has been just a monster in the entire playoffs. And to be honest, LNG is the team that pretty much played spoiler to the entire LPL summer playoffs. I mean, when you look at LNG versus Suning, that was a matchup that already I think most people were predicting Suning to win based off how LNG had been sliding towards the end of the regular season. And now we see them beating Suning. They beat Top, they beat RNG. They literally just ruined the playoffs for all of the hype, man. I wanted to watch Suning versus Top for all the storylines for that world spot, and then they took out RNG. Like, how hype would it have been if RNG beat FPX? So at this point, you know, like we gotta see if they can do it again. At this point, like LNG, they need to either do the whole thing, win this final 2 matches of the Gauntlet and go to Worlds, or what did they do, man? Why did they end up winning all those series? For what? Like, just so we didn't get to see RNG versus FPX and then RNG versus EDG and all the double elimination matches?
Tell me your prediction and tell me why. Like, you know, what is going to be the core factor that changes this game, depending on your prediction?
My prediction is going to, so I think it's going to be a close series either way. I went 3-2 RA. I personally just think that they have a lot left to show. Their series versus WE, they had a rough first 2 games. The way that I saw it was, you know, if they had more time on stage, like they were playing against the really hot ramped up WE when WE came in smashing their previous opponents, right? So my mentality is that now that they're in this match, they've got to play one series of playoffs. They've most likely been scrimming some of the teams that have been in finals, and RNG that just played in the 3rd place match. I feel like this team can get back to the form they were in before. This was a team that was towards the top of the standings for the majority of the split. So I personally just think that RA is a much more solid team than people really give them credit for, and I don't want to buy into the hype. Also, just full disclosure, I'm an LNG hater. I always predict against LNG. So I got to keep the tradition strong. Like, I'm just gonna out everything here. I predicted them to lose all 5 series they played so far. So yeah, I'm just going to go 3-2 RA.
To bring up the graphic here, I'm going to bring up an LNG 3-1. And I want to put the question back on you guys and get a specific answer into what role is the tipping point. You can say it's about a team feeling here. And, you know, Dom, you've called a close series. What role to you makes the difference in this game more than anything? Like, is it jungle? Is it going to be jungle diff that actually defines today, or is it somewhere else?
I mean, for me, the more that I think about it, I don't even know why I predicted RA 3-2. Like, I started thinking about the matchup, and it's like they don't actually have a significant advantage anywhere like that should carry them through. So I don't really think that it's going to be one person that's going to be able to actually change the series. I just think that they are overall a better team than LNG. So that's kind of the basis for it. Not really that one player is going to take over. I still think Fofo's solid in the mid lane, but Icon's been good in this playoff, so I don't even know if I would consider that a massive advantage. So I just think that when RA plays good league, they have that like really disciplined vision style where they don't make many mistakes, and I think that can come through and actually be pretty relevant here for RA. Galio. Wait, Galio Rel is actually going to smurf here. Hold up. I think LNG is winning game 1. I'm a Jinx hater too. I don't see Jinx do that well normally. I mean, I guess it did well in one of the games in finals, but yeah, I don't like it too much.
Like, this is going to become even more of an issue.
Oh, he's doing pretty well. I mean, this is the Jace that was a counter pick here. That's a stun. Oh my god. I respect that from Cube, like the confidence. That's matchup knowledge, man. Like, he just knew that there was no Q, no W. Tarzan coming through lane. All right, let's see what Tarzan can do here. Oh, good from Ale here. Oh, Ale kind of griefed it, but I mean, it was good anyway. Oh, what was that flash from Tarzan? What was that flash from Tarzan there, man?
The biggest issue is if you start... Oh, hang on, Ale again.
All right, free kill. I mean, Cube playing Jace is never going to be good. I feel. I mean, I don't even know. They have to try to burst someone, get a reset for Diego. That's their hope. I think Cube can actually. Well, maybe he can't even win this. Damn, he's just getting smacked, bro. Cube looks square. Why do you think LPL teams feel comfortable picking Aphelios with basically any support, while LEC teams only pick it with Thresh? I mean, I think the main thing is just because in LEC teams aren't that good at peeling for their AD carry. Like, they don't make it easy for their AD carry to play. Whereas, like, when you watch LPL, people are much more competent at playing around their AD. Okay, land bought time, and Fofo didn't die. This is actually really good for Jace. I mean, there is a Baron on the Rift, but I don't know.
Play from iBoy and Hung here, but I don't know if they can keep going. Apparently they can. Good Sonya's out from Icon. Flame Choppers will keep him in place.
Yeah, this is really good for RA. RA can get bot turret. Stop your recall. Okay, nice. This is actually really good from RA. This is good macro. Cube gets tier 2 and tier 3 here, and they get tier 2. This is such good macro from RA.
Actually, like, double up on Ally and Icon in the lane, right? Because you don't really have heavy engage from where Adam. You can play away Agent 3 and look to use the fact you've got these double teleports.
Get the weak in there. Keep your eyes on IWD and keep your eyes out for the flank from Ally.
Ollie's got a monster flank.
Will he find an opportunity? Lightning Surge. In he goes with the
With the Galio too, it's gonna be so nice for them. They kill IWD, but yeah, this is so good for them. Actually, iBoy with the good rocket there.
Look at iBoy on the other side of the fight. Light moving forward to try and finish him up. Tarzan goes in, gets the kick and takes him down.
Okay.
Triple for Light as Icon looks for more.
Don't get too much off that though. And iBoy still has summoners. They have to be careful of the Kennen like TPing behind. There's a ward in mid lane. It could be TP'd on. Ollie's looking to TP. Does he just TP behind on the mid wave? Is the question. So much damage from iBoy here. Okay, here's the Kennen. The Kennen's getting delayed. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter.
LNG just tear through RA.
Oh! That was actually such a high value shock blast. Without that shock blast, it would have been free Baron. Maybe it's not free Baron anymore. Maybe they just take Soul then. Nah, I mean, Soul's up in 30. But they should probably just get that for free, I guess. Cube is coming to him. Oh, if that stun came in, it would have been huge. Light's here, Light's here.
Light is arriving. RA desperately trying to protect Fofo, but it's Cube who's going to be in trouble now. Dragon's Rage keep him away, but actually Cube might escape to the skies on the minion. Dodges the
I mean, this was a long chase.
Here we go, grouped up in the pit for LNG as they try and burn through this one. Fofo on the other side of the pit right now. Biggle could come on through.
I mean, I think that this should still be really good for RA. I think RA just like win the game here, don't they? Tarzan's dead too.
But iBoy is still going off to the side. He's still alive.
They only get this? Icon's dead too. I mean, I guess the enemy team got Baron. I felt like Tarzan was gonna die there too, but I guess it ends up being okay. 2 people get Baron. Not the best though. They lost GA on Light as well, which is pretty, I mean, it's something. Okay, they see him. Ollie getting chunked like this is actually pretty big though. They got the Baron, but I don't know if it'll be that good in terms of the fight here. Oh, they actually got out. Oh my god, Light one-shot him. iBoy actually failed his flash. Okay, it's all LNG. LNG just win the game, they said. Lehen just got one shot, man. Dude, this is why Sterix is so necessary. iBoy also, like, I mean, he trolled his flash, right? Like, you have to flash after the Lee Sin Q is taken on you. You can't early flash like that. It makes Lee Sin's job way too easy. He was probably dead either way, though.
Gentlemen, it was a longer game than what we saw yesterday. And you were both right. You said this would be a little bit closer, a little bit more back. Well, at least Dom, you gave us the 3-2. Raz, for the first time ever, you were very, very straight with me about what it was going to be, but
True.
this was a close game.
Ending.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that iBoy specifically played a really good game. Pretty much throughout the whole thing. When you look at the enemy team comp, when you're playing against a Kennen, a Galio, a Lee Sin, a Rel, you really don't have that much peel for you. You pretty much only have the Braum there to support yourself, maybe Syndra stun, but it's a very difficult Jinx game to play. So I thought iBoy was playing the game extremely well as it went on. It felt like his positioning in fights was relatively good. He didn't have any of those crazy iBoy moments where he jumps in and dies and they lose a ban or anything. So I think that overall the game was played pretty well from RA, considering the fact that they were behind early and they were playing into as much engage as they were playing into.
Tarzan picks up MVP for game number 1, by the way, and this jungler, Raz, continues to surprise, to carry. You said if LNG were looking at a lane where they knew they had dominance, it was in the jungle, and Tarzan showed up once again.
For me, I think it was Tarzan for sure. If I was to give a runner-up, it was going to be the man on the screen right now, Ale. I thought they performed really well this game.
I come back to the iBoy point, where iBoy played really well on this AD carry that shouldn't have had the room to play, that shouldn't have been able to put out as much damage as you were talking and seeing before.
Yeah, definitely shouldn't have been able to do as much as he did, and especially if you look at his build, I mean, the guy went 0 resistances, right? It was Gale Force, and then at the point where he was building his 5th item, I was like, it's probably going to be a BT here, you know, build up a little bit of the shield, have some lifesteal. Nope, none of that. It was Storm Razor for his 5th item as AD, so this was a game where it felt like iBoy pretty much did the most that he could do given the situation, and I would like to see what RA does in this next draft, because I feel like their general plan of drafting carry versus carry top lane is not going to be a recipe for success in this series. Cube did not have a very good game, especially in the lane phase. I mean, he was able to do some damage later, but why put yourself in that position, and why not just give him a champion that he's able to team fight on more naturally?
As we jump into pick and ban, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the AD here will be taking you through it. So Dom and Raz running into this pick and ban as RA and LNG face off again. I mean, it was a close game. RA have chosen blue side here. Starting over on Dom's side. Again, let's talk about those first picks. Lee Sin's open the Viego too.
Yeah, and Viego picked first. I mean, this makes me think that LNG will end up going with a similar strategy. I mean, they could just end up going for the Kennen Aphelios here and taking the Lee Sin on 3. So I think that there's no real reason to change your strategy based on this ban and pick. Like, you're dealing with the same thing, and what worked for you is still available. So I don't really expect much adaptation here in the first 2 picks. I'm expecting Aphelios Kennen. One thing that's interesting is that Rakan is still up, so maybe we see like Braum and Rakan be picked in this situation. I think that would be a really interesting pick for either team to go for here, and we have to see here if there is a tank top laner potentially picked up. I mean, tanks are not normally like the best into Kennen, but I think that when you're playing a game like this, you just want to have more options to pretty much stonewall the top lane, not have to fight that much, and then just be able to provide some utility. So this is actually interesting. Jarvan being hovered could potentially be Jarvan jungle Viego top here.
Okay, well, if it is, that means Cube goes back to playing similar to what he played in game 1, right? Something that has carry potential. Dom, I know you were saying, especially in your stream, that, you know, Cube versus Ale, he was playing something carrying. Ale was challenging him, and Cube didn't really get off a really good laning phase. So once again, it sets up Ale for a bit of success here, because Icon's played Kennen mid before, Raz.
Exactly. So Icon is one of the few mids, him and Doomby have played Kennen mid before. I do think Syndra would be nice, but no, it's going to go Jax top lane for Ale, Kennen mid for Icon. Compositionally, I think this is really good for LNG.
I was watching back old VODs, Jets, in 2017, 2018, when Jarvan top lane was a thing. Cube is running it here, Dom. So we get Viego in the jungle for Luryen once again. And Cube's going to be trying to see what he can do with J4 top.
Yeah, the J4 top coming in. I mean, this is going to essentially function as a poke lane for Jarvan. In terms of like direct all-ins, Jax will just definitely beat you up there. But when you're playing the Jarvan, normally your early game is fine. It's really just up to what you can do after lane phase and like how you can set your team up for success. Because in the split push later on, the Jax is just going to completely destroy you. Okay, Cube just missed like 3 CS.
Going to say, because you've got push on both sides, you can look for invades.
Knock up onto Hung.
Hung is dead. Well played from LNG here.
Playing off these priority lanes so well, getting deep vision, spotting at Lian.
Oh, Lian's gone in as well. Tarzan spites the
okay, good play from Icon. I mean, LNG is smashing him so far. iBoy is beyond dead.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
doomed.
go fast game 3.
Kill is the question. No ult ulti, still level 5. He's just kicked away from the tower. How are you ever gonna die?
They just died.
No, not again. The 2v1.
Oh, he's dead again.
dive, Hung nowhere near to try and protect
Oh,
the
it's just
carry.
Gale Force gap him.
Flash is staying underneath the tower.
This game is over.
Never even tanks
They
the tower
got
himself.
hard
And now Trade's
mind
on the top
gamed
side.
in draft. Hard mind gamed.
Also running towards the top side. Icons on the way as well. Almost said Ale. I was so ingrained with the Ken from last game. What a read from LNG.
Yeah, Alex
Oh,
just goes
that was
for the
bad from
fight.
Cube. Cube is dead.
But now Icon comes in as well. It's going from back
GG.
to win.
GG. FF.
Kind of reset
That
for
will
a second
be
here, and Drake is up on the
a
Herald.
bigger win than the Kennen is a loss. Oh my god, it's so sad. This game is just complete destruction.
Tarzan wants a little bit more. Lien has arrived, but there's nothing he can do. Tarzan is just monstrous. This is his jungle. He was brought
Oh, he
up
missed the
here
kill.
by monkeys, and he's
That would have been a kill.
covered out of
How did RA go that far over Suning? Wait, what do you mean over Suning? What does that even mean? I think you should just look at the bracket.
The light, the way, the truth is slicing Maelstrom, LNG, flawless game as they go 10.
Man, they're absolutely smashing. All right, we're gonna be back on desk pretty soon.
This one's getting a little bit silly, and Cube might be in the wrong spot here because Light has no mercy.
This is a game where you literally just want to forfeit. Might be 3-0.
I mean, again, he's trapped in his own thing. Ale now is jumping on to
They've
iBoy.
swapped. They've swapped. They each just kill each other's lanes.
Ali's pushing in. You've got Icon is now on this top side. You try to fight. Iwandi's gonna go find you.
Oh no. Look at Icon's play.
He is not afraid. Quickness in the knockup, so they're slicing Maelstrom.
Tarzan, did you see the little weight there? That, like, you gotta respect the small waiting. He knew that the he knew that the Emperor's Divide was coming out, so when he hit the Q, he stalled for a second, let the Divide come out, and then he took the Q, so he could get the execute there.
Tries to go for the 1v1. He is 320 win. The Herald full HP should be able to get at least one charge off.
Oh my god, it was such a good W from Iwandi.
He's going aggro in this one.
Just end. Played it. Aw, damn, the Zero turret.
Oh boy, this could be brutal. Tarzan goes in.
Oh, the kick flash. Tarzan with the angle. Oh my god, Tarzan's just going for it. Oh my god, Tarzan actually had so much CDR there. All right, that's a quick one. Well, we are going back to the analyst desk a little bit earlier than expected. Jesus Christ.
This was maybe the most dominant game we've seen in the whole of the split of the LPL.
Well, if that game doesn't mentally shatter you, I don't know what will. That looks like a really impossible one to come back from. I'll be honest.
I don't even know where to start on this one, man, because it was over by 8-10 minutes in, 6-0, and the game just ran away from Rare Adam.
I mean, look, I know where to start with this one. Please, Cube, I'm begging you, man. Please pick a tank. Pick anything that is not a carry matchup. Have some like, you know, some ability to identify yourself. Come on, man. Like, you cannot play carry versus carry into all in, and the Jarvan pick is so disrespectful, especially knowing that Icon can play the Kennen mid. You don't know what you're playing into. And then once the Jax was counterpicked top, they didn't even bother sending the Jarvan jungle, potentially getting a Viego top, trying to manage it at all. I mean, this one was completely over from draft. So from my perspective here, I feel like they just need to really just hone in on what RA themselves need to hone in on what they want to do, and not get sucked into this idea where they can try to match LNG's strength with their own strength.
Dom, I want to bring it back to you as we get closer into pick ban into game 3. What else apart from the Lee Sin, apart from seeing Cube on something like tanks, what else do you want to see Rare Adam take control of or ban away?
So personally, I think Kennen is something that could be picked. Like, look, if you want to get Viego, or if you still have high priority on Viego and you're comfortable, you know, playing Viego into Lee Sin, if that's what you want to do, which they've already shown that they're comfortable with, then yeah, you could first pick the Kennen. And the thing about first picking a champion like Kennen is that it doesn't function as like a strict carry versus carry. I mean, there are picks that can counter pick a top, but it's definitely a lot of fewer champions. And if you are going for things like the Camille ban, then Ale is not going to have just the easiest matchup in the world. So ideally, I just want to see RA pick themselves into a situation where they don't have this immense stress on them from the pick ban, where they need to just play better than LNG at LNG style. So I think a Kennen first pick could be viable. A Lee Sin first pick could be viable. I hope that it's one of those two, assuming that the same bands come in here. All right, Viego, Lee Sin, Kennen. All right, pick Kennen, 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 Lee Sin, Kennen, Lee Sin, Kennen, Lee Sin, Kennen. No Aphelios. Don't go Aphelios here. Please, man. Please. I'm begging you, man. I am begging you. Are they really going to let Kennen go all the way to the last pick? All right. Well, I assume that they're going to take Jinx here. Ziggs. Yuck. I hate it. That means that Cube has to play something that's an 80 threat. He can't just pick a tank now. So absolutely hate the draft from RA. Looking like a 3-0. Set Ziggs is a nice little combo. You got like the knockback potential into the turret. A little bit interesting, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. All right, what are you picking? What AD are you picking into Viego? Cube on Jax? I mean, it's a really good pick here. Jax is a super good pick, but I just don't trust Cube. Look, I just don't respect Cube as a Jax player. That's it. I don't even know if they kill him here. They don't kill him here. Now, the question is, does anyone... Okay. They're actually just turning onto the rise here. That's actually like, I think that's a better decision. I think that's a higher value kill than the kill onto Jax.
Actually help out on Herald a little bit faster, but in the actual 1v1, now that Light is back, those auto attacks went out.
Okay, Hong loses flash. It's actually really big getting Seth's flash. Just lose so much pressure. You buy yourself so much time too.
Doesn't mean he can try and use that as engage to his ally.
I mean, Cube just gets one shot here. I mean, Cube, bro. Cube! Oh my god. You have been merciless this game, dude. You've been merciless this entire series. Please, man. Just pick your champions. Land's dead. They're just mentally boomed. It's over. It's 3-0. Fofo's dead too, by the way. That's a root. It is super over. Holy.
Going down towards the bottom side of the map. Teleports in, Herald's in, let's die.
This is not a threat. This is very real. The Herald dropped the TP.
Okay, this is the play with Galio. iBoy is beyond dead. Oh my god, it's such a slaughter, bro. It's such a crazy slaughter. Oh, what's Hong doing? Wait, what is Hong doing? Wait, he's actually just sending it. Hello? Wait, and Vince dead too. Oh my god.
So all of the jungle belongs to him.
Tarzan just controls 2 computers, you know?
Well, Ally's in trouble. Cube finally found his 1v1 that he's been looking
Cube,
for.
he's doing it. He's making the play.
That's a fun champion.
Down.
Yeah, we're all having a good time.
Can't see him right now, but he's gonna keep chasing anyway. The stealth will run out eventually, I'm sure.
Man, Cube is just, he just has insane depression from this series.
Consistently be in the right place at the right time and always manage to find these dive lanes.
Okay, it's doomed. It's doomed. It's doomed. I mean, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good so far. Icon really got a turbo taunt there.
Nare desperately trying to survive the rest of the play. Winds of War in. Icon's low on HP. Does need to be a little bit cautious on the play. But hey, the tower was taken. That's all.
Okay. Leon got a kill. He might get 2 kills. I mean, it doesn't really matter though, does it? Let's be honest. It's a 5k gold lead at 16 minutes.
And trying to defend this next dragon becomes really tough for Ore. Because you've got the Rift Herald here for Tarzan. He plunks this down.
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, when the Philios is killing the Ziggs under turret, you know that it's a little bit rough.
Bottom side as Cube moves in. Hung getting underneath the tower. They're going for the dive here onto the Viego. Can he survive with the Heartbreaker? Damage is through, but
well, if Cube doesn't reset quick, there's gonna be players coming down.
He does not reset quick.
All right, good luck, Cube. Good luck.
He's trying to escape through the mid lane, but there are LNG players coming from every single angle. They're coming out of the walls, man. Tarzan over the
Cube is hitting the turret. What? Bro, Cube, what are you doing this series, man? Like, what is he doing this series? He just smacked the turret. Okay.
I don't want to roast Forest Island right now because I'm here, so it's kind of awkward.
You're outnumbered.
Ollie flashes over, Land can't even get the kick. It's so depressing. It's so depressing, actually. I hate watching teams have like horrible series for themselves because it just like, I don't know, it just feels bad. It's like embarrassing, you know? It's like watching, you know what it's like? This is a perfect comparison. So when I was younger, I would like, I was involved in music, right? And every now and then you'd see a kid like have to do a solo and just completely like ruin the solo and just have a horrible performance. And I always hated watching somebody like get nervous, start choking, get in their own head, start realizing, oh my god, am I choking? And then they start like playing even worse. Like watching RA do this, man, it hurts so bad.
So it's going to be rough. We'll see if iBoy can steal with his bombs, but the DPS was stopped by LNG, and now they go for the kills. It was a little close, and iBoy does not get...
Wait, I mean, it was a miracle to do that best.
Okay, we don't see the replay of the other fight. We just see more death.
Oh, Fofo's dead too. It's a reset for the Viego. Ole is just chilling. He gets the Rise Rune Prison. He gets another reset. Just end through bot, man. Just end through bot. It is full-on depression. Full-on depression here, boys.
Of old has now evolved into a chillin', and it's looking for a mythical win here. 3-0 on the cards. Organization, an icon as well, making it to Worlds. Feels fantastic for LNG fans as they go for one final fight, but there's just nothing in the tank for RA. Cube trying to get onto light, but he just...
Dude, I begged Cube, man.
That's gonna be all she wrote for this one, and maybe to make it to the World Championship.
LNG's whole
God, what an absolute stomp. Let's see if Cube has a job next year. That's what I want to say. I want to see if Cube has a job next year. These types of performances, these ones haunt you, man. Even if you're good, a performance like this will just make everyone think twice. Like, oh, like maybe the guy's gonna have issues with his mentality. Maybe this guy is a choker under pressure. It's just super rough.
At 3-0, man, maybe I was ready to go to sleep because Dom, are you sure we'll be after this stream? Because we're done after like, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, I guess LNG just realized what the goal of this gauntlet is, which is the hashtag get Dom to sleep as fast as possible. So respect to them. You know, I'm a new LNG fan as well. Whoever gets me to sleep first, that's the team that I am a big fan of going forward.